kissy face, sent from your phone. I'm trying to kiss him lips for real. Red hearts, that's what I'm on. Come give me something I can feel. Oh, don't you? Hey, everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI and Definity DEVVE DACAT FIAS update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. And everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smash that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. We do have a little bit to go over today. What we have to go over is, what do I got to title this thing? BitGet releases an article on OMI and VeVe. They do. We got a little bit of marketing in here. Was it accurate reporting? Not really, but we'll go over it. I will take what I can get. Beggars can't be choosers. It's exactly what I said at the 6th grade dance. I will take what I can get, and you know what? It was pretty good. Yeah, it was a good time. Anyway, I remember in the middle school dance, the 6th graders, we got our kind of a half hour before everyone else got here, and then everyone else, like the 7th and 8th graders, got there. And then when they made us go home, like a half hour before everyone else, they started playing the na 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 na, hey, good. But I was like, yeah. All right, they got us. And then we got to do that the next 2 years. So that was pretty fun. I don't know why that's remembered, but it is. Anyway, yeah, I'll take what I can get as far as marketing, because we don't really. Sorry, I had a protein shake caught in my mouth. I'll take what I can get for that, which is cool. There has been some decent buys as well. We had a Donnie sale today over on the stacker. What I've been stacking, what I probably should stack more of, and then what we have as far as whales going in, and some big asks from some potential sellers over here. We'll talk about it. First, what we'll do is let's go over the BitGet article, because that is, where the heck are we? Ecomi. Okay, there we go. Is Ecomi a good investment in 2026? So this wasn't written like a while ago. This was written. Oh, it was written 3 days ago. I am behind. I thought this was today, but it was a few days ago. Again, we'll go over what it gets wrong and right. Overview. The article examines whether investing in Ecomi or OMI represents a sound financial decision in 2026, analyzing the project's fundamentals, market positioning, technical infrastructure, and comparative advantages against alternative cryptocurrency investment opportunities. Understanding Ecomi and the OMI token ecosystem. What is Ecomi and how does it function? Ecomi operates as a technology company focused on digital collectibles, primarily through its VeVe platform that enables users to purchase, trade, and display licensed NFT collectibles from major entertainment brands. The OMI token serves as the native utility token within the ecosystem, facilitating transactions, staking mechanisms, and governance functions. Originally launched on GoChain Network, OMI migrated to Mutable X in 2021 to leverage Ethereum security while maintaining lower transaction costs through Layer 2 scaling solutions. This is true. It doesn't mention anything about Collect Chain, though, and that's been out for a while. So they're operating off kind of old data, but again, I'll take it. The project distinguishes itself through partnerships with globally recognized intellectual property holders, including Marvel, DC Comics, Disney, Universal Studios, etc., etc. These licensing agreements provide Ecomi with exclusive rights to create digital collectibles based on popular franchises, potentially creating sustained demand from the platform usage. The VeVe marketplace has processed millions of transactions since its launch, demonstrating tangible user adoption beyond speculative trading activity. From a technical perspective, OMI implements a token burn mechanism where a portion of the tokens used for marketplace purchases are permanently removed from circulation. The deflationary model theoretically creates upward price pressure as supply decreases relative to the demand. However, the effectiveness of this mechanism depends heavily on sustained platform activity and user growth rates, which have shown volatility across different market cycles. That is putting it lightly. Current market position and performance metrics. As of 2026, OMI trades significantly below its historical peak reached during 2021 bull market, reflecting broader cryptocurrency market corrections and specific challenges within the NFT sector. The token's market capitalization positions it outside the top 100 cryptocurrencies by valuation, indicating relatively limited institutional interest compared to established digital assets. Trading volume patterns suggest that OMI remains primarily held by retail investors rather than large-scale institutional portfolios. The VeVe platform's user metrics provide mixed signals regarding investment viability. While the application maintains a dedicated user base, monthly active user accounts have declined from peak levels observed in 2021 and 2022. Secondary market trading volumes for VeVe collectibles have similarly contracted, raising questions about sustained demand for the platform's core offerings. These usage patterns directly impact OMI token utility and potential price appreciation. Now, this is all true. They don't mention that every other, I mean, maybe they do, I haven't read this article yet, but they haven't mentioned yet that every other platform has just closed up shop with the exception of one or two that got bought out. Competitive pressure with the digital collectible space has intensified considerably. I would argue that it hasn't, because everyone else that's tried has come in and failed, and VeVe is a clear winner. But they continue on by saying major NFT marketplaces like OpenSea, Blur, and Magic Eden offer broader asset selection and deeper liquidity pools. Magic Eden just closed up shop for their NFT marketplace, so I wouldn't put them in there. And OpenSea can't have they can't enforce the royalties, while CollectChain can. Blur, I actually don't know much of, so it's possible that they're crushing it. Additionally, entertainment companies increasingly explore direct-to-consumer NFT strategies, potentially bypassing intermediary platforms like VeVe. These market dynamics create headwinds for Ecomi's growth trajectory and OMI's value propositions as an investment vehicle. Now, that's a fair point. We've seen a bunch of that. I think Atari had done that. I think Game of Thrones had done that. There have been a bunch of companies that have done that. And yeah, they siphon some of VeVe's audience. They take VeVe and they get some money from the VeVe fam without going through VeVe. They all failed, but again, that's something that has happened in the past. Investment considerations and risk assessment. Fundamental strengths supporting investment thesis. Ecomi's licensed content library represents a genuine competitive moat that distinguishes it from generic NFT platforms. The ability to offer officially sanctioned digital collectibles from premium entertainment brands creates legitimacy and potential long-term value that purely speculative NFT projects lack. For collectors prioritizing authenticity and intellectual property rights, VeVe provides a compliant marketplace that addresses copyright concerns prevalent in the broader NFT system. Migration to Immutable X infrastructure provides technical advantages, including zero gas fees for minting and trading. I'm not sure if that's 100% true, because I think it does cost them a little bit to mint. Faster transaction finality and carbon neutral operations. These improvements addresses common user experience friction points that have hindered mainstream NFT adoption. The partnership with Immutable also connects Ecomi to a broader ecosystem of gaming and collectible projects, potentially creating network effects and cross-platform opportunities. Now, this is something they haven't done yet. They haven't been able to say, like, hey, you get one of these, now you can use it in this platform. Again, it hasn't been done. I'm not sure that it's because VeVe doesn't want to do it. I'm sure they would. It just seems that, again, I'm sure if they could, they would. It seems that there's probably a bunch of red tape going on there. Moving on. Token economics have evolved to incorporate more sustainable mechanisms beyond simple speculation. The staking program allows OMI holders to earn rewards while supporting network security, creating incentives for long-term holding rather than short-term trading. The ongoing token burn mechanism, while dependent on platform activity, demonstrates a commitment to managing supply inflation that plagues many utility tokens. Yeah, that's fair. They definitely do some burns. Not really so much at staking anymore. The staking 10 million OMI for MCP points, I don't know how many people actually do that. But now you have critical risk factors and challenges. Regulatory uncertainty surrounding NFTs and digital collectibles poses substantial risk to Ecomi's business model. Again, this was the case years ago. Nowadays, it doesn't. Various jurisdictions continue developing frameworks that may classify certain NFTs as securities, potentially subjecting platforms to registration requirements and trading restrictions. That is true, but again, America is pretty good on this, and that's the biggest market out there. Any adverse regulatory determination could severely impact VeVe's operations on utility, creating significant downside risk for token holders. Project's heavy dependence on consumer discretionary spending makes it vulnerable to macroeconomic downturns. Yeah, we've seen this a lot, and this, I'm going to come back to here now, but we have Brockman Blockchain that has listed some very highly coveted items over on VeVe. Well, he's listed them on Stacker because he wants OMI. Well, he says he wants. I'll get back to the article in a sec, but this is a good segue here. Brockman Blockchain has done a lot for people in the past. He has given out OMI. He's given out funds, like one girl, Rena, who I've had on the podcast. She's very nice. She's very cool. She makes music, but she had, this disease, and I honestly don't even remember what it was, but the treatment was like insane because in America, health insurance is a little wishy-washy and insurance wasn't covering it. So Brock did a bunch of things with the fiches, gave her all the profits from it, and yeah, she got her treatment, and I think it helped. And he's done that multiple times before and since then. And now for the thing that this other person potentially needs, he's selling some of his Grail collectibles. I'll bring it up here real quick. It's a Todd McFarlane, but it's a special Todd McFarlane. It's number 19. And he's asking for $500 million OMI for it. So I get sticker shock. Be like, hey, isn't that like $53,000? Yes, it is. Is that worth it? To most people, no. No, it's not. But I've seen people say that in Pokemon before, where they're like, yeah, would you pay for this? I wouldn't pay for it. Would you like? But that doesn't mean Mr. Whale down the street, Mr. Royalty over there, Mr. High net worth individual that doesn't really care about money ROI. They just want the product, especially a number 19 Todd, which in the past, the number 20 has gone for a similar price. And it's like, okay, well, Chavez, what year was that? That was 2022. It's like, okay, well, that's a much different market than it is right now. Agreed. But what happens when you have bear markets? What happens when you have inflation? What happens when you have recessions? Well, the rich kind of stay rich. The poor, they're still poor. It's really just the middle class that's affected. And a lot of people that were going into VeVe NFTs or crypto in general, it shows it in the NFT Cursed Images movie, which I just bought on Amazon, and it's pretty cool so far. Yeah, it shows a lot about. You can tell it was filmed in 2022. It's pretty great so far, and there's a little bit of an Easter egg for VeVe in there. It's pretty good. I'm not done with it yet. I had a call. I was supposed to finish it before this, but I had a call. Anyway, I'll watch the rest tonight. Yeah, 2022 was a much different market. That's when the other ones kind of sold. And again, it was in the 50K range plus. You even had some not too special mints of like a Todd go for like 40K. And again, it was a sub 100, but it wasn't a sub 20. But again, in major market volatility, the rich stay rich, the poor stay poor. It's really just the middle class that gets wrecked. And as the middle class that is, you know, mostly here, and I have people from all walks of life. There's some in the poor side. There's some on the very, very richer side. What he's asking, again, 50K or 455 million OMI for a Todd, and then another 455 million OMI for the 19 Riso, sounds insane. And it is, but that doesn't mean there aren't wealthy people out there that will be like, it's a cool, and it's a cool story too. Like the number 18, 19, 20s, they were only given out to like the team and to other people. So it is a cool story about how we got those. I think he's shared that on the podcast before. Most people won't care about the story. Some will. And again, like I'm not coming in here shilling it because I could buy them, and I'm not, because I would much rather just buy the OMI or keep the OMI or take the OMI, because to me that's a much better, more liquid investment that's going to have a much higher ROI. And honestly, like any of my friends within my normal circle, I would be like, no, don't do that. But in my non-normal circle, I do have some people where 50, like they don't get out of bed for anything less than like 7 figures. And if they were to find out like this thing that has a story and they're like, yeah, should I do it? I was like, well, you can. And yeah, it's a piece of history and you have it forever. Or until they sell it to somebody else. A lot of the higher end Pokemon cards when I was big in Pokemon, they never sold like on eBay. So people didn't, the last thing that like a Trophy Kangaskhan saw was like a PSA 10 going for like, I think like 18K or something. And that's the last available sales data that there was on eBay at the time. And it's just like, okay, well, Chavez, why'd you pay 80K for it? That's ridiculous. That's insane. Because I know privately there were sales above that and some declined offers of like 65, 70K. And I was like, okay, so 80 seems like a fair price, at least for the market at that time. So again, right now, nobody, I don't think any of the 97 people watching here would pay 50K for a Todd, even if it is number 19 within crazy history. And again, you pay the another 50K for a Riso, again, number 19. Likely no one here would do it, but I do know a couple of people that would be like, yeah, it's fine. If they were into it. Again, that's been the big question. Like, how do we get more users? How do we get those users that have this big wealth if they, and get them in? So again, I know to the rest, especially in the bear market where everyone's been losing money in crypto for 4 years, they're like, yeah, no, 50K, I'm not fucking doing that. Respect, I'm not either. But you also have to recognize that a lot of us kind of live in this fishbowl where, yeah, you know, like the top 5 people you spend your time around, you average their income together, that's likely your income. I don't think any of the 100 people here right now are decabillionaires. God knows I'm not. But again, those people out there exist, and there are other people that would just look at this like, yeah, that's fair, and they just wire him them. Like they would have to go through it because like to get them, like to make it a VeVe account, a Stacker account, and all that. Like they'll just wire the money somewhere to me or whoever, and then I would do the purchases for them, get a transfer to their account, and then Brock transfers it out, and then again, everyone makes their fees, and the person gets help. So again, I feel like I've gone a little bit too long on this. And he did say if 2 people were to go in, or if somebody were to go in and buy these, he would transfer the other 2 like for free, because he has the set of 19. He does have the Joey Maduria one and then the Becky Cloonan one, all number 19. So it is a matching set. Anyway, all of this to say that yeah, there's some pretty big whales out there. Anyway, let's continue on with the article. Liquidity constraints present practical challenges for investors seeking to establish or exit positions. OMI trading volumes remain concentrated on a limited number of exchanges, creating potential slippage for larger transactions. The token's relatively low market capitalization increases vulnerability to price manipulation and heightened volatility. These liquidity characteristics makes OMI unsuitable for investors requiring predictable entry and execution. It's crypto, there is no predictability. So I understand what they're saying. And especially when you look at, let me find it here. OMI's liquidity on base, which is what they're on, is just under $200,000 in liquidity for a nearly $32 million market cap. Now, before I continue, I should mention that that's not the only place you can get it. You can get it a litany of other places: OKX, Gate, MEXC, BingX, Kraken, Bitmart, obviously Uniswap, Kraken, again, Deepcoin, Bvox, Ascendex, Aerodrome, and another OKX. So you can get it in a ton of different places. There is much more liquidity than what's there over on the base, Uniswap. But for the average Joe, the average person that's just looking at that, and then let's say they come from DACAT, which has over 200,000 in liquidity, that's locked for something that's less than $750,000 market cap. Yeah, that at first glance that doesn't look great. My guy, text me with something or don't. Oh my God. Let me get back to this guy. He's a friend. This is gonna be 1 second. No, not the gallery. I don't want to send him a nude. Let me go to. Gonna send him a message. Be like, streaming, getting this bread. Want to come on the stream? Not street, stream? Question mark? Yeah. Oh God, I like quadruple texted him. Anyway, let's keep going here. Where the heck is this article? Seriously, where I put it? Okay. Comparative analysis against alternative investments. Evaluating OMI requires contextualizing it within the broader cryptocurrency investment landscape. Established digital assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum offer greater liquidity, institutional adoption, and regulatory clarity. Mid-cap altcoins focused on DeFi, gaming, or infrastructure provide alternative exposure to specific crypto sectors with potentially stronger fundamental drivers, potentially being the key word. Investors must assess whether Ecomi's niche focus on licensed collectibles justifies the additional risks compared to more diversified cryptocurrency holdings. And I mean, if they're saying that mid-cap altcoins, talking about gaming being one thing, DeFi another thing, is that really diversified? Because if you're in gaming, that's great. Gaming's fantastic. I think VeVe needs to get into gaming at some point. But that's still just in gaming. VeVe, obviously, in digital collectibles is, again, yeah, just in digital collectibles, but that's their niche. You could go in like a type of Easter egg basket type thing where you go into an ETF and you are diversified, but you don't get much of that upside either. I continue saying, within the NFT and digital collectible sector specifically, competing investment opportunities include tokens powering decentralized marketplaces, metaverse platforms, and gaming ecosystems. Projects like Decentraland's Mana, we have more users than them. Sandbox's Sand, we have more users than them. And Axie Infinity, I'm not sure about their users. Offer exposure to digital asset economies with broader use cases beyond collectibles. These alternatives may provide better risk-adjusted returns for investors seeking NFT sector exposure without concentrating in a single platform success. I would not touch, again, Axie Infinity, I don't know much about. I would not touch Mana or Sand, but it's just me. For investors interested in accessing cryptocurrency markets while managing risk, utilizing established trading platforms with comprehensive asset selection and robust security infrastructure represents a prudent approach. Platforms supporting diverse cryptocurrency portfolios enable strategic allocation across multiple projects rather than concentrated bets on individual tokens. This diversification strategy typically produces more stable returns while maintaining upside exposure to sector growth. There's a movie called Fanboys. Really good movie. And in that, you have this dude, I forget his name, he's like the nerd leader of the group. They're about to go on a road trip, and then he's about to put on some music, some tunes for the road trip, and he's got a whole, it's older movie, so he's got cassette tapes, right? He doesn't have CDs, just cassette tapes. This is before the iPod and all that jazz. Magic, I've talked to you about good stuff. Later. I was going to call you before, but you were on a stream. Yeah. And then again, he has a whole thing of just Rush, and everyone's just like, bro, can we get like a little variety? And he's like, bro, Rush is variety. The reason I say this is because you have a broad spectrum of things that you can get. You can get stamps. I don't know who's collecting those. Now, that being said, I don't want to just take a giant dump on them, because the most recent thing that I got was the Year of the Horse stamp collection, because I'm born in the Year of the Horse, and I have I get all of the Zodiac stuff because I love that shit. If anyone has ever read Fruits Basket, Aruba, you will understand why I collect all the Zodiac stuff. But again, I feel like I'm a very small minority there. I feel like most people are not collecting stamps unless it's for MCP points. But you can collect stamps. You can collect a bunch of Marvel stuff. Like, there's a new trailer for the Lanterns. You have Hal Jordan going in, and an older Hal Jordan. He's an older, grizzled, not bad looking Hal Jordan. And he's teaching young Jon Stewart how to be a Green Lantern. We have Hal Jordan on the, it's sold out. He's great. So you have Marvel, you have DC, again, you have Universal, and even, again, something I got recently, the Pirates of the Caribbean thing. This is like the second to last thing that I bought. It's cool. It's dope colors. Fun to look at while on Lucy. And it was $9, and you get 6 MCP points for it. Anyway, there's no shortage of things that you can buy. Like, there's a large variety of what you can buy on VeVe. And like the BitGet app article is saying, if you want to be diversified, you're going to get overwhelmed at the thousands of collectibles that are available, and you're not going to know what to buy. What's the best thing to buy? Well, normally I would say you can't invest in the company, although you should be able to soon. But yeah, the token's probably going to be the best way, because if anyone wants to buy these things, they're almost 97% of the time always cheaper on Stacker. And not just by a little. Some are cheaper by like 50%. And it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna, like, you can buy a partner statue on VeVe for 2K or Stacker for 1K. I don't care if you're not a crypto enthusiast, you're gonna figure out a way to save $1,000. So I feel like the OMI is at this point a way of diversifying amongst a bunch of NFTs, because there's so many that you could buy with them. Anyway, the comparative analysis, they talk about cryptocurrency trading platforms: Binance, Coinbase, BitGet, Kraken, Bitpanda. I don't know why they are including those. Says the platform Binance does not. I mean, Binance wallet you can swap, but it uses like an aggregator. Like, it's not listed on Binance. It's Binance wallet you can get it on, which is fine. Coinbase, same thing. You can just go on there and you don't even need crypto. You could just buy it with dollars. Super simple. BitGet, obviously, Kraken, which is great. Bitpanda also. So agreed with most of this except for just the Binance part, because it's just different. When considering OMI investment, platform selection significantly impacts execution quality and security. Binance offers the deepest liquidity for OMI trading pairs, minimizing slippage for larger transactions. Coinbase provides regulatory assurance for investors, prioritizing compliance, though its more limited altcoin selection may not include OMI, depending on listing decisions. BitGet distinguishes itself through extensive altcoin coverage exceeding 1,300 coins and highly competitive fee structures, making it suitable for investors exploring small cap opportunities like OMI while maintaining access to major cryptocurrencies. This is definitely written by BitGet. Kraken balances broad asset selection with strong regulatory standing across European markets. Yeah, Kraken gets access to that Federal Reserve. Okay, anyway. Bitpanda serves investors seeking integrated access to both cryptocurrency and traditional assets within a single regulated platform. Okay, I see people. Let's get this read. Bill Gardner first, Bobby Green second. Omar loves OMI, saying good evening, good evening. Who says no, stop pumping it. I'm not pumping it. It's just like it's sold. Like, one of them sold for like $3,400. And again, I went over it the other day. But yeah, it sold earlier today. And the same guy bought 2 partner statues 2 days ago. So those be stacking. Zombie saying yo. Khaki Gaijin saying meow. Oh, magic. Meow, meow, meow. Love you, magic. And Khaki Gaijin saying, seems like it was written for stable returns. We're invested in OMI. We invested for the moonshot. Fair point. Fair point. And can't go now. Very good. Oh my God. What is D-Devil up? Oh, Daredevil updates. 48,000 followers over on X has said the first ever Marvel Daredevil digital collectible on VeVe is now available. I mean, it's been available for a while. Anyway, VeVe Official is the #1 digital collecting app in the world. Our own exclusive link. Wait, really? The official Daredevil updates page with 48,000 followers? Okay. Okay. They say use our exclusive link to sign up for your free bonus app, for your free VeVe app account, and get a $10 bonus towards your purchase of this iconic collectible. Daredevil Born Again premieres March 24th. What's your favorite Daredevil show moment? Let us know below. Oh, there's a bunch. There's a bunch. Oh God, what's my favorite? Oh God. I think in Daredevil season 3, when he goes to he's got his like Muay Thai gloves on, and he's about to fight Kingpin. You know, he's about to fight Wilson Fisk, and they're just going at it. Or maybe it's in the Defenders. Defenders was good. He takes Jessica Jones' scarf and makes like a thing to cover his eyes so nobody can see his face, and she's like, "You look like a douchebag." That is just. All right, I'll put either him fighting Wilson Fisk in Daredevil season 3, or him taking Jessica Jones's scarf and her calling him a douche. Not voucher, a douche. Yeah, this is great. I'll take that. Go Daredevil update. That's really cool. Shit. Give me 1 second. It's definitely not. A buddy of mine just asked me, do you think Devi can go to a penny? I mean, probably not. Yeah, still not seeing a penny. Okay, where am I here? No, I don't care about that. I'm sorry, I just got in a shit ton of and Ecomi reposting. Thank you, Ecomi, for reposting. Y'all are my bays. Has he ever not my friends making fun of my other friend's baby daddy? That is hysterical. Absolutely. Oh, VeVe Fam Bam. She's getting ready to watch NFT cursed images as well. Oh yeah. Oh snap. Oh snap. Come to macaroni party and take a nap. Oh yes. Comment down below if you get that reference. Oh snap. Oh snap. Come to a macaroni party and you take a nap. If you comment down below where that's from, you will win tonight's VeVe giveaway. Tonight's VeVe giveaway, sponsored by the VeVe. And yeah, if you get that reference, oh snap. Oh snap. Come to a macaroni party and we'll take a nap. If you comment where that's from, you get this week's giveaway. Bill Clinton, BitGet, all right, Penguin Girl. Okay, all right, we're good. We're good. Both got it. Regular show. Message me your what's that called? Message me your VeVe username, and you get the yes, you got it, and you get the giveaway. Good for you. Good for you. Booth with the pop culture references. Okay, all right, let's continue on with this rest of this article. It's taken 30 minutes to read a 4-minute article. Why did Devi crash so low? Well, it started because they had a delay on their stock exchange partner announcement. They're supposed to announce in December, and they'll announce this year. I don't know when though. I mean, they could announce like next month, right? Or they could announce. We could wind up waiting until Q4 again. Anywhere in between, it's not sure yet. So that shook the token way down to like 20 cents. And then the whole Bitcoin ETH just took a giant dump, and we're paired with ETH, so it's just been a steady cascade of just knee-jerk reaction plus dump, like absolute. What's the opposite of FOMO? Paper hands. So yeah, well, so it was not Aquabats. It was the what Booth had said, regular show. I'm watching regularly too most of the time. I say silent listening, learning. Very good, very good. Work hard, young Caterpie. That is a Pokemon reference because Pokemon is great. That is the best. Where are we at here? Okay, yeah. Rest of the article. Strategic approaches for potential OMI investors. Portfolio allocation and position sizing. Given OMI's risk profile, conservative allocation strategies limit exposure to 1 to 3% of total cryptocurrency holdings, or 0.5% to 1% of overall investment portfolio. Who gave me the Kaki Gajin? You got it. This position sizing acknowledges the token's speculative nature while also participating in potential upside scenarios. Investors with higher risk tolerances may increase allocation proportionally, but should recognize that OMI represents a concentrated bet on a specific platform's success rather than diversified sector exposure. If you're going to talk in 2022, yeah, absolutely. Here, in 2026, it's a much better buying opportunity now than it was even 4 years ago. Dollar cost averaging provides a disciplined approach for accumulating OMI positions while mitigating timing risk. Establishing regular purchase intervals, weekly, monthly, etc., across different price levels reduce the impact of short-term volatility and eliminates pressure to identify optimal entry points. This strategy proves particularly valuable for assets like OMI that exhibit significant price fluctuations driven by sentiment rather than fundamental development. Rebalancing protocols should incorporate clear exit criteria based on both fundamental deterioration and portfolio weight thresholds. OMI appreciates substantially and exceeds target allocation percentages, systemic profit taking, maintaining risk discipline. Conversely, if the platform metrics decline persistently or competitive positioning weakens materially, reducing or eliminating exposure prevents attachment bias from driving poor capital allocation decisions. I agree with this, but also if they were, and again, nobody's as in the weeds in this as I am, like nobody. We had probably bottomed a few months ago when we had like 600 people per day. It's been around 900 to 1,000 people per day. Although now CollectChain doesn't provide the CSV file, so like you can't know now. Like it's impossible to know what the average daily users are. The only thing we can learn is that we get new users every week, on average 500 per week the last month. That's mostly because of the fact that like you had a marketing storm. You had the reverse merger announcement, multiple articles on the reverse merger announcement the last few weeks. And then you also had the new, friend get friend. That is a wild name, but friend get friend. So you used to like link down below for my affiliate code, but that was like for the affiliate program. Now it's like saying like, hey, you don't have to apply. Everyone that wants a code, we'll just give them a code. And then you also had the NFT movie thing, the cursed images, where it's shown in theaters and you can scan at the end of the movie. You can scan at the trailer, and we hyped it up, and I just bought it on Amazon. You could rent it for like $6, but I bought it for 10. I wanted to support the project, especially because they showed VeVe in there. Spoilers. They show a little VeVe in there. And again, you could tell it was filmed in 2022 because the app is, it looks like it's from 2022, and it's fun. But yeah, anyway, the exposure defense attachment bias. Yeah, so I agree with them, but I feel like the person that wrote this really needs an update. They didn't even mention CollectChain. They didn't mention the reverse merger yet. I'm not done with the article. It might be coming. I don't know. Oh gosh, where are we at? The last time you sent me a giveaway, it was a first appearance ultra rare. Whoop. Huh. Good stuff. Nah, but I hit ultra rare X for that yump. Is that like Gen Alpha speak? I don't know what yump is. Air Blues is how much did Donnie sell for? Give me a sec. The fuck. It had sold for. Nope, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. $3,500. And then there was a couple of. I will go over the rest of the sales data because that is interesting. But yeah, $3,500. That Daredevil post was awesome. It is awesome, isn't it? Isn't it? I agree, Magic. I concur. Randy requested you last time. Also, please only ask VeVe reference questions for VeVe giveaways or things which can be referred everywhere in the world. That is true. I will ask for my next giveaway, I promise. I don't want you to hold me to this. Clip it. That I will ask a VeVe specific question for next week's giveaway. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And I mean, you can refer. I mean, anyone that grew up on Cartoon Network regular show. Oh god, that was so good. Went to the premiere of the movie. Q&A had the VeVe QR code on screen the entire time. Let's go. Yeah. So again, that's one of the things that we've had the. No, I'm out of protein. Water's good. I'm trying to get back in shape, so my calories are done for the day, and I'm going to be so freaking hungry. It's only 8:30. I'm going to be so hungry. But it is daylight saving time tonight. So, you know what? When it's like 2 in the morning, no, it's not. It's 3 in the morning. So, yeah, we get to eat sooner because tomorrow comes an hour earlier. Anyway, yeah, that's one of the 3 things. They had the reverse merger announcements. They're going to be listed on NASDAQ soon. It looks like it's not confirmed yet. They just signed a letter of intent. Another article came out saying that they're both sides are committed to doing it. They need a couple more weeks for whatever reason. And yeah, like the friend get friend plus the Daredevil announcement, which just freaking got how many? Oh gosh. VeVe, did they repost that? I think they did. That's wild. The Daredevil updates account. I was just #1 fan source for news, updates, and reports on that is so smart. And it's already got 14,000 impressions. They pinned it. That is really. Oh God, no! Wait, spoilers! Spoilers! I'm spoiling it. Okay, all right. Sorry. We're good. We're good. I saw something that I maybe should not have. Foggy with a beard. No, I hit your X for that giveaway. Yomp means yes, my dude. Oh, okay, very good, very good. Did you hit my X for this giveaway? I do not see you in my X DMs yet. Although it says cannot retrieve post at this time. Please try again later. So that might be. Oh my God, that is wild. My. Might need to call the. Oh, Jesus. Damn, bro, Canada's insane. 2 more card shows in Canada got broken into. Temporary. Zephyr Epic. Temporary. Oh, damn, it got broken into. Damn, that's rough. Oh, they used Psyduck on it though. That's a cute little. That's a horrible message, but at least Psyduck's on there. Pokemon's getting wild, bro. Team Rocket is out there. Yes, daylight saving. Oh, it's Rita Baby's birthday tomorrow. Oh my goodness. I accidentally saved her as Rhoda Baby. Okay, hold on. Oh God, I gotta put B-Day. I'm gonna shoot her a text tomorrow. Zomig, happy birthday. Remember when Zomig was a thing? Like Z, oh my God. You know, Raffle. Okay. Regular show is worldwide, dude. What do you mean? I think it is too. I think it is too. Booth saying that was a good question. Yeah, because I feel like not many people like it was such a good show, but I feel like not many people have actually seen that. And even if they have, that's such a specific thing. It's only in one episode. So you had to see that episode, and it is really catchy. But yeah, like, yeah. Dog boys hang like that. Randy and fam. Yo, what's good, dog boy? How's it going? Really needing a Florida. I mean, it's been actually pretty nice here. I actually didn't have to go. I didn't need a sweatshirt the last 2 days. That's been nice. I think it's in requests, my DM. Okay, let me see if I can find that. All requests. My requests are showing up blank. God, these DMs are insane. Team notice was up. Reaching out. Booth, can you? I don't see you in here. Can you just comment on like my post and then I'll shoot you a message? Okay, we are 42 minutes in. I still haven't finished this article, but I will. Monitoring framework and decision triggers. Effective OMI investment requires taking specific metrics beyond simple price movements. Monthly active users on VeVe platform, secondary market trading volumes, new brand partnership announcements, and token burn rates provide leading indicators of fundamental health. Agreed. Declining trends across these metrics signal weakening investment thesis, while improvements suggest potential value creation that may not yet reflect in token price. Also agreed. Regulatory developments warrant continuous monitoring given their potential to fundamentally alter Ecomi's operating movement. Agreed, but that was a while ago. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Announcements from securities regulators regarding NFT classification, new licensing requirements for digital collectibles, platforms, or enforcement actions against similar projects should trigger immediate portfolio reviews. Proactive response to regulatory shifts prevent reactive decision-making during crisis periods when liquidity may be impaired. Agreed, same thing, we wouldn't have to worry about it. Competitive landscape analysis helps identify threats to Ecomi's market position before they manifest in financial metrics. New entrants securing major entertainment licenses, technological innovations improving user experience on competing platforms, or shifts in consumer preferences toward differential digital asset categories all represent material risks. Maintaining awareness of these dynamics enables timely portfolio adjustments rather than belated reactions to deteriorating fundamentals. So I agree, but any competition was competition years ago. There ain't none anymore. So that and that I almost wish wasn't the case. I would very much like it if VeVe had a serious competitor, even if that meant that there was a chance that VeVe fell to number 2. Why? Because that means another competitor that might have a $50 million marketing budget can just take everyone that's not in this right now and bring them into it, and growing the hobby of digital collecting in general. It doesn't look good for the hobby when all of these other licensors are on all of these other platforms and they fail or have to get bought out because they failed. It's much better to have other platforms that are success. And I will take, like, if another 3 platforms come out of nowhere, let's say like Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, like they all do a fusion ha, and then they're like, yeah, we're gonna have these 3 platforms, they're all competing with each other, but they're really not, and doesn't matter. If that were to happen and VeVe becomes number 4, the entire digital collectibles growth narrative grows by the billions, and VeVe still goes insane. So I would almost rather that happen, because with VeVe leading the charge, it's fine. They're doing it, but it's like, a lot of stress is on David and Dan. A lot of stuff's on their shoulders. VeVe's going to be the clear winner, which is fine. But I just want that narrative to get here faster, and it would get here faster if we had some epic other platforms. That would be very good for VeVe, and that's fundamentally what the person who wrote this article does not mention. Give me one sec. Thank you. Okay, let's go to these comments. IVVV says, Randy, a suggestion: if you start to do fun style giveaways like BE or True Media does, like duck race styles, I'm all about. I don't know what duck races are, but that sounds fun. And multiple giveaways a week on your streams, you will get so regular many viewership. I don't know how many I'm allowed to give away. When I was talking with, originally it was My Collectibles about it. I don't know. Like, I don't know how many they have. Let me ask. I don't know where these shit. Question. I've been doing a giveaway a week. How many am I legally allowed to do? Could I have been doing like a giveaway a day like this whole time? Because now, oh gosh, give me one sec. Oh gosh, this is a not yeah. Let me give them a little bit of a thing here. Salty that they're not winning. Okay. But yeah, you're probably right. And lots of interaction with chats, and more like retweets, YouTube chats being super active, and so much more things will happen. Lots of people will come for regular viewership and support. You're right. And I do these because, again, you should want to give back. And I do, obviously. I don't want this to become a place where people only come for giveaways, because I'm gonna sound like a douche, and it's gonna seem like I'm patting myself on the back, which I am a little bit, but the insights that I give are, I think, very good, and it's just an interpretation of data that nobody gets anywhere else. And I like I guess the more people you get, then the more people learn. So I guess that's a good point. I probably should. I just wanted hold on, what's these giveaways here? I could do as many, but like, I could do as many giveaways as I want, but can VeVe run out of giveaways? Like, can I just stream for 24 hours, do like one an hour? But at some point it gets excessive though, right? Right? Like, could I do a 24-hour stream and do 24 giveaways? Like that seems like a lot. Like, I'll do it if you need, but I need a different chair. Ugh. Oh my God. Give me one. What the hell is going on in this group chat? Say yes. Please say yes. We'll hung out. Oh my God. Left to see you. Oh my God. You can read articles how about VeVe Stacker only by sharing screen, maybe making purchases live, which will give more motivation. Oh, I've been making a ton of purchases. I spent several thousand, a couple $1,000s recently. Organize not lose faith in your viewers. They need to be organized. I mean, I could. Okay, like, because I mean, with 200 something people here. Why would I? Why would I? So my friend gets back to me. Like my friend just goes in and says, like, wait, are you talking VeVe giveaways specifically? Why would I go to a VeVe supported giveaways thing and ask if like I could is he drunk? I love my friend so much. True Media gives other things, and only one VeVe collectible. Okay. Okay, so they give gotcha. Still holding 100,000 plus DEVVE. Is it savable? Holding like 180K DEVVE. Again, nothing's fundamentally changed about this company. That's why I feel like I'm the only one not freaking out. Again, they can raise money. Oh shoot, I gotta charge my phone. Raise money relatively whenever they want, and they're kind of in the middle of it. All the partnerships they had, they still have. Like again, nothing's changed. It's just people are so salty that the news didn't drop in a time in which they wanted, and like, fuck it, I'm just gonna sell. Okay. And yeah, the price has gotten punished for it, but none of the whales I know are freaking out. They're just like, all right, cool. They're chill. Anywho, do a Walt giveaway. Am I Jess from Gilmore Girls? Because no. Duck race is super fun, and there are many other style races which are funny to pick 5 random names from StreamYard hashtag, and then those 5 random names go for duck race. And but what is a duck like? I feel like I'm. If you explain like I'm 5, okay. Random names and a hashtag, and then those 5 random names go for a duck. Like, I feel like Nancy Mace asked him, like, what is a woman? Like, what is a duck race? Like in my mind, I'm seeing like a Farfetch'd, a Psyduck, a Delphi, like all of these duck type Pokemon, and they're racing. But like, how do you do it? Like, how does that work? Baby badge. Oh my god, I love you so freaking much. I mega love you. It's not a normal love, Magic. I want to squeeze you so freaking hard. You're so freaking. Do you know what cute aggression is? You probably know what it is. But the Webster's definition, I don't even know if it's Webster. Urban Dictionary is if like apparently because humans had a fairly rough life for tens of thousands of years, there wasn't anything that was like cute. Like we had wolves that we domesticated, but they were still like, you know, big doggos. But long story short, your brain doesn't know what to do when there's something so cute. Like, oh my God, like so it has to like go the other way and like be aggressive about it. Like I'm gonna pet you so freaking hard. So I feel like you just gave me the cute aggression. Just for you now. Love you so much. Girl. VeVe saying, or maybe pick everyone in chat and put their names in the race. More people, more fun. Super fun to watch, even if you don't win. Fair point. Penguin Colada says, OMI, DEVVE, FIAS, and Definity. All great projects. I'd also put DACAT in there, but yeah. But as long as the overall crypto market is down, they won't thrive. So the real question is, when will Bitcoin hit 150K? I'm not going to lie. That doesn't seem like it'll happen until next year. I mean, it could happen. Clarity Act passed and Jerome Powell out of office. That's probably what you're going to need for at least the baseline of Bitcoin to just stop dumping. But again, this Iran war is costing us about $1 billion a day, and why would this be for things that I own? Why would this be for? Give me 1 second here. Yeah, that is like OMI, DEFX FIAS, and Definity are all great projects. Yeah, agree. I don't know when that happens. Again, $1 billion a day for this, like, and oil's about to hit like a crazy. I mean, like, I think people are seeing it already. That's not a good one. That's not a good look for Republicans. Republicans are going to get slaughtered in the midterms. Like, they are going to get fucking slaughtered because everything that they're doing is like costing people money, and American lives. And I'm not saying that this didn't need to be done. It definitely did, but it's like, okay, El Mencho done without any U.S. troops. Getting what's his name, Maduro from Venezuela in and out with 0 casualties. Super hella impressive. And then, yeah, Iran, been there for a bit, and probably going to be there for another little bit. And it's like, the longer we stay there, like the longer, or like the worse it gets, I feel like. When Pokemon, saying when Pokemon, I don't know. Part of the reason why I'm not, now listen, we could never get Pokemon, right? Like, or they could announce it tomorrow. They're like, yeah, deal was signed 2 years ago, but they wanted to wait until whatever. I don't know. Or again, it just never happens. I always want to have a little bit of money in the bag in case it comes down. And this way, you know what? Got a couple extra grand for it. We're good. I would feel really like this goes way back like a decade. When Pokemon Go came out, I was deployed and it was not available in my country. And then I had to go in and watch everybody online posting videos about them getting Charizards at the beach. And they're just like, if there's one thing I could do over, it would probably be 2016, because I missed out, like me, Mr. Pokemon Master, missed out on Pokemon Go, the fun times with it, because I was deployed. Was it an honor to serve my country? Absolutely. The people that I served with, I consider family. Some of them you saw last week. But yeah, that I will probably forever be salty about that. So if Pokemon comes to VeVe, I want to be prepared. I don't want to be in the desert. I want to have a couple grand to spend. And yeah, so that's part of the reason why I'm not, chucking another. Like, now, granted, if Devi goes to like half a cent, yeah, I'm going. Or if OMI goes to like quad 0.5, I'm clearing out my bank account, and I'm just loading the F up. But as of right now, it's like, and then Pokemon will have to wait. According to FU F98 thing, would you think we're going to stay down here for the next 18 months? It's possible. I mean, it's possible we stay down here for years. Like, there is a scenario that happens where, let's say, whatever Trump tries to pump the markets before midterms, maybe it doesn't work. Dems sweep the midterms, and then Trump doesn't get anything passed, including the clarity bill, until a Democrat is elected president. And you have to wait until, what would that be, 2029, until they get inaugurated, and then they pass the clarity bill, and then they take credit for it. Like, is that a likely scenario? No. But I mean, the Clarity Act was supposed to pass months ago, and now they're saying it maybe by May. Washington moves at a snail's pace. So it could be years. or it, it could pass in April, and then Jerome Powell gets out in May, and then you could have a really big rally this year into midterms. Like you could have an insane rally. But I think the idea, like, because everyone had it wrong. Like, yeah, 4-year cycle, and that's kind of dead now, because it's just all about liquidity, and nobody saw it in the past because everything lined up perfectly. Yeah, the halving, whatever, but nobody looked at it the right way, saying like, well, it's actually, yeah, this works out now, but it's really about liquidity. So yeah, it's impossible to tell. Name of the Daredevil group. I wouldn't say it's a group, it's a page. And it's called @DDevil Updates, or just Daredevil Updates. And did you comment on my post yet? My post that says can you just comment on like this so that I like can see, like I could DM you, because I can't find your message anywhere. I mean, my messages are insane, but yeah. Anyway, so we're an hour in. We still have not yet finished this 5-minute article. What determines OMI token price movements beyond general cryptocurrency market trends? OMI price responds primarily to VeVe platform activity metrics, including user growth rates, collectible drop sellout speeds, and secondary market trading volumes. Did I read this already? I did. How does OMI staking work, and what returns can investors expect? OMI staking allows token holders to lock their assets for specific periods in exchange for reward distribution paid in additional OMI tokens. That is not true. That frequently asked question, like this whole explanation is not true. I don't know where they got that info. Clearly not from anything that we have. Can OMI tokens be stored in standard cryptocurrency wallets? Following the migration of Immutable X, OMI exists in ERC20 compatible token that can be stored in Ethereum supporting wallets, including MetaMask, Ledger hardware wallets, Trust Wallet, etc. Users must ensure their wallet software supports layer 2 networks and especially recognizes Immutable X. I mean, again, they're on the collect chain now, everything, but yes, Immutable X. They're on Base now also. The VeVe app itself provides integrated wallet functionality for users primarily interested in platform participation rather than external trading. Security purposes, investors holding significant OMI value should utilize hardware wallets with offline private key storage rather than exchange-based custody or mobile hot wallets vulnerable to compromise. Last part I would agree with. Okay. For that. And then I'll send that to the Here is the winner of this week's giveaway. Okay. What are your thoughts on Tangent Wallet? I have a couple. They're very good. They're very, very good. I enjoy them. For people that don't know what Tangent is, it's a cold wallet. You get 3 physical cards. Oh. You get 3 physical cards. You like put them to like the back of your phone, and it scans it, and you have a password that you can create. And then like, and it comes with 3 cards, but be advised, in this particular box I only got 2. So sometimes you only get 2, but you can, as long as you have, like, you need the card. So there's an app, there's a card that you put in, and that is what does it. Be advised, if you lose the cards, you're hacked. So don't lose the card. Put it in a bank vault, put it somewhere safe, or a place with a lot of guns. Search duck race on open first one. On my stopwatch, enter names to race, try right now. Am I searching on Google? Oh, okay. All right, yeah, I see it. Okay, cool. We can do that. High-rise tower in Kuwait was just targeted by Iranian drone. No, my former. Oh, wow. That is, oof. Big oof. All right, let's finish this article, and then we have stuff to talk about. What the heck is this article? What exit liquidity exists for OMI investors wanting to sell positions? OMI trading occurs primarily on mid-tier centralized exchanges with varying liquidity depths depending on trading pairs and market conditions. Major trading pairs include OMI USDT, OMI and Ethereum, the former typically offering superior liquidity. Investors should expect 2 to 5% slippage on positions exceeding $10,000, equivalent during normal market conditions, with wider spreads during volatile periods or low volume trading sessions. Centralized exchange options exist through Uniswap and similar platforms, but generally provide inferior pricing compared to centralized venues. Large position holders should consider staged exit strategies across multiple days to minimize market impact, while smaller retail investors can typically execute at prevailing market prices with minimal slippage concerns. Conclusion: investing in Ecomi and OMI tokens in 2026 presents a high-risk speculative opportunity suitable only for investors with appropriate risk tolerance and portfolio diversification. Projects' licensed content partnerships and technical infrastructure provide legitimate differentiation within the digital collectible space, but face substantial headwinds from regulatory uncertainty, no it doesn't, competitive pressures, no it doesn't, and cyclical demand patterns. Agreed on the last one. Current market positioning outside the top tier cryptocurrencies reflect these challenges and suggest limited institutional validation of the investment thesis for now. For investors proceeding with OMI allocation, strict position sizing limits of 1 to 3% of cryptocurrency holdings mitigate downside risk while maintaining upside exposure, utilizing platforms with extensive altcoin coverage and competitive fee structures such as BitGet with its 1,300 plus coin, BitGet. Fundamental question on whether OMI represents a good investment ultimately depends on individual risk profiles, conviction in the digital collectible thesis, and portfolio construction philosophy. Conservative investors prioritizing capital preservation should avoid OMI in favor of established cryptocurrencies with a proven adoption and regulatory clarity. Aggressive investors comfortable with speculative positions may find OMI risk-reward profile acceptable within a diversified altcoin portfolio, provided they maintain disciplined position sizing and clear exit criteria. Regardless of approach, OMI should never constitute core portfolio holdings, but rather represent tactical allocation to a specific sector thesis with binary outcome potential. Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, that was BitGet. That was the article, and I will take the marketing where I can get it, even though a lot of their stuff was out of date. They're wrong about a couple things. Again, pretty excited about having that in general. We did go over DEVVE a little bit. Let's do some Definity. If I can get this search bar to work. Okay. Oh, Definity's down under a penny. Just had a, let's see if I can, what the heck? I might want to get a little bit there soon, because we had a little teeny tiny sales. Oh gosh, no, get out of there. Okay. What are the volume here? The volume is $1,500. So it's very, very small. Very small. And yeah, not a lot going for it right now as far as the token goes. If you see over the last couple days, it's had a fairly rough, but again, it's really only down like 10, 12%. Let's do Definity on CoinGecko, and you can see it through the math. It's actually not as low as it's ever been. The lowest it's ever been was 004, 0041. Actually, 0028 on August of 2022. August 25th, 2022, it was 0028. So if it does wind up going down there again, like if it does go to the bottom, it does have quite a bit lower to go. 0028, you know, it could fall another 60%. You know, that's now will it? Probably not, because Definity was not the DMA Link was not the same company in 2022. It was completely different. I mean, it's pretty low here, and now again, I say it's pretty low here, and it is, but but this could be a, again, it could always go lower. But again, we're just going to go through the year here. This is just the year. I mean, it's pretty low. I don't mind getting a little down here. Although I've gotten a bunch down here recently, and I was supposed to get a little bit of a paycheck this month. It's probably not going to be until April, which is fine. And again, like, God forbid you have like an emergency or something, you know. I really should get more. We'll do DACAT. I went over DACAT yesterday a bit. It's not even up 0.5%. It's up like quarter, but it's fairly negligible. $480 in volume. So really small amount. But yeah, DACAT's crushing it. I haven't gotten the new artist notes on the most recent script update, which again, I finished this script a long time ago, but they just had, the artist wanted certain things in there. I had to add certain things, like, okay. And the additions are great. They're fun. And again, now I'm editing the second book. So the first one really just needs a lot of pages drawn. It's like another 12 pages and that's it. And then we should be fine. 80 pages. And then one more quick edit update, and then it's off to David and Dan for approval. What are the odds we moon this year? If you're talking about crypto in general, like Bitcoin and ETH, I would say we start the recovery. Yeah, the odds of starting the recovery this year, I would say, are very, very good. I would say 69%. That's probably a little low. It's probably like 75% that we bottom at some point and we start the recovery. When do we actually moon though? That's anyone's guess. Like, and if you're talking about OMI, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably not gonna be till next year. But just because we don't moon, and let's say we go to like half a penny, doesn't mean that we can't go from, let's say we go down to like quad 07. That doesn't mean we can't do a 10x to 0007. So I feel like just because we do a certain rally, and just because we don't moon, you know, to like a penny or 2 pennies or something, doesn't mean that we can't make decent gains in the meantime. Just throwing that out there. 927 OMI Moon, let's go. Maybe we do go there. And let's do FIAS. Let's see what FIAS is doing. FIAS has a 4,800 liquidity, up 0.5%, $1.9 million market cap. And again, they're doing well too, but Definity's 1.5 million, and they're just crushing it, cash cow. Let's go over some of the news here. I don't remember where I left off last time. In scenario, $750 million USDC was minted over on the 5th. Brent crude oil on the 5th surges to $85. I think it was over $90 yesterday. I don't know what it is today. Leadership rewards. Mr. Squeebs is number 1. OMI Crypto Guy is number 2. And Draco is number 3. 2.3 billion OMI spent. That is insane. 7.7 thousand collectibles purchased. 47.6 million points earned with 2.3 million points. Please congratulate Mr. Squeebs as our February leaderboard champion. The other day, Cryptoys became Digitoys. New name, same mission, introduce millions of people to the world of digital collecting. Rebrand opens the door to the new platform, partnerships, and huge activations that we can't wait to share with you all. A new chapter begins. Oh, my back. Oh, my other back. Oh. Indiana Governor Mike Braun has signed a bill allowing retirement funds to be invested in Bitcoin and crypto. This is the first U.S. state to integrate digital assets into public pensions. Analysts estimate even a 1% allocation from similar retirement plans could drive 120 billion into crypto markets. Green light, green light. SEC ends case against Tron founder and crypto billionaire Justin Sun. A guy named Jacob, or JTI M Suggs, JTim Suggs, 13,000 followers on X, says desperately need to know everyone's non-force sensitive Star Wars character. And Clever Jerk posts a picture of R2D2, a little VeVe thing in the corner, saying this guy, hashtag augmented reality. Love that. Love that, man. Tesla self-driving has now driven 1 mile per person on Earth, 8.5 billion miles and counting in I don't know how many countries. It's insane. I mentioned, I can't believe somebody sold a partner statue for 7 million OMI. Anyone wants to list a partner statue for 7 million OMI, I will buy it. I will buy it. I will buy them all if you list them for 7 million OMI. I'll buy them all right now. But 8.8 million is the, or 8.88888 million is what it is right now. So I'm not going to buy it at that price. I want to, but I won't. But give me 1 sec here. Adam Weitzman just posted something, and I've been trying to get this man's attention because he unfollowed me after he got hacked. This looks cool. This looks fun. I'm with Tom Brady, huh? All right, moving on. BlackRock ETF sold $101 million in Bitcoin on March 5th. Share and repost. PSA is doing some shady stuff. Israel's Tel Aviv stock market keeps hitting new all-time highs since the war started. Meanwhile, gold was down 8%. Again, that was as of late March 5th. Yesterday, today, what do we have tomorrow? I have emoji supposed to be coming on tomorrow. Let me hit him up and say like, I have you. Fuck, why am I on this? My thumbs are destroyed here. Schedule for tomorrow. You good for 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? I don't know what we're talking about, but I guess we're going to. Hour 17. We'll go for a couple more minutes here. Let's see what's good on Stacker, and let's see what we can buy. I'm going to go to my vault and see if there's anything of influence there. Oh, my back. Oh, my other back. Let's do some comic covers and see what we got here. I got like a Vengeance comic before because it was actually a. Okay, sweet. Emoji's coming on tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have got one more Vengeance #1 that I got, which was nice. Nothing else I really see that pumps out at me in my comics that I got a lot of. But as I make my way down, I also got a Vengeance Uncommon before as well. Oh, also I should mention the other comics I got. Just let me make sure. Yeah, we're good here. It was a Tomb of Dracula Uncommons I got. So I have, it's a very, very, for an A tier comic, it only has 5,000 units. And the Uncommons have 1,125. So I have 6 of them. So I'm a pretty low holder. But there's nobody that has like 100, you know, like Kilmster 85 has 31 of them. And they were selling on VeVe for like $3. I was like, okay, I'll just buy them. But that was the uncommon. And the reason why I got the uncommon is because the common was higher. The common was like $6 or $5.85 on Stacker Floor, which I just wasn't going to do at that price. So I don't want any of the commons. The Tuna Dracula Rare, there was some for like $8, so I got 2 of them. Oh, actually, there's another one on there right now. So I just got the other one. It's for $8.69. It cost me like another couple of cents because of the fee. So I got a little bit more. Come on, come on, come on, come on, now touch me, babe. There you go. And choose it. And the reason why it's like, well, Chavez, $8 seems like a lot, doesn't it? Can't you get rare comics for like $2? Some of them you can, but they're not of comics that really have any value. It's like Alpha Flight. It's like a couple of these other ones that you just nobody. The only people that are going to buy it is like people that want to buy it like me for cheap MCP points. But there's actually Kilmster's got the highest rank in these as well. Now I do think that when they bought them, there was at higher prices because the cheapest that was here over the last 6 months was $5 on VeVe, but it was really like $6.90, $9. Now on VeVe it's like $12, $13 for it. So getting it on Stacker for less than $9, it's like, okay, I'll do that. And actually that was the number 204 also. That was for $8, right? Like that wasn't for 80 and I just derped it. Oh no, we're good. We're good. Yeah, I've been spending a little too much OMI here. We got to put more money in. Yeah, and the part of the reason I got that is because if you look at the Tomb of Dracula ultra rare, it's $40. So you're getting it at like 4x. Like there's a 4x multiple between the ultra rare and the rare, and it's 500 of the rare, 250 of the ultra rare. So I just like that valuation. The secret rare is I think $250. That's just $261. And the reason why I'm not getting that right now is because as per the analytics, if you go in previous sales, the last time one sold was in November. So these things are not very liquid, at least right now. I think they will be eventually because first appearance Blade is dope. So I got a few of those, which I like. Do you like it like that? I like it like that. So that's the other things that I've been getting. Have really just been like uncommons for under $1 or rares for like $2. There was a couple of ultra rare collectibles I think I got for like $1. It was the stamps, which again nobody cares about, but it's still fun. I'm gonna go to the rest of my comic covers here and take a look at another page. See if I see anything that I like. Strange Tales, I don't like that price. Sentry, I don't like it there. Yeah, there's not a ton here that I'm looking at that seems to jump out at me. So I'll keep you all posted. Yeah, like Obi-Wan 2022. It's an uncommon comic. You get half a point for it, whereas commons are only a quarter point. And it's 92 cents. So again, I have 8 of them. Like they're not. I'm not gonna buy. I'm not buying these for an ROI. There's 10,000 of those comics. I don't think anyone's really gonna care about it. It's really just the MCP. And I do want another partner statue. I have 3 already. I don't need another. But Magic has like 6, and other people have more. And I think Magic is gonna keep hers. So yeah, this is what we have. We also had 2 Resos sell for under $600 each. And now same thing. There's another one, for $561. I want to get that too. I probably should get that instead of a 4th partners. There's a Collectors at Heart, the golden tree that was sold for $700. Now, if you want it, it costs $3,500, which nobody's doing for that. But yeah, the Donnie number 1. That one of them sold $3,500. Now it's $8,000 for the next one. Nobody's going to pay that. And it was Eno that got it. I know. There were 9 altogether nows, which I don't know why. It was $634 for what was it, 9 of them? So it's about $69 each. It was a bit more. That was probably like 70-ish. But $69 each. And now the floor is 87. The altogether now, I feel like don't sell that much. You know, but they are now. They're, you know, they're there. They're doing it. You had a Buzz Lightyear. This is one of the like special edition ones that went for $291. Now it's $390 for next one. I don't know if anyone's gonna buy. There were 9 Iron Man sold, and now granted, this is like one of the most fun collectibles on the app. $279, so I'll figure about 30 something each, and the floor hasn't changed. $35 for the floor. I'm very curious on how many of these Iron Men. Yes, 3,555 of them. There's a bit. His Infernal Majesty, he happened to sell for $169. I remember when these were a couple grand. Next one is $241. There's not a ton of him either. His Infernal Majesty is very, very low. Yeah, there's 300 of them, and a lot of them are in wallets that they're not coming. Freaking Dan. So Corbin Dallas is Dan's wallet. He's got 15 of them, and Dr. Collect's got 8. So hold up. 10, 11, 12, 13% are in the top 5 wallets there. Not bad. And then you have a Predator one that just sold for $160. Now the floor is $220. And then you have 2 Supermen sell for like $105 each. Floor is $111. That always stays there. It's very liquid. And with it being very liquid, it just doesn't, the price doesn't move a lot. It doesn't move all that much. On the month, you have the Ecomi logo as #1 because, you know, it did. Partner statue, the average price is about $900, $950 maybe. 1,040 right now for one. #3 is Todd's. Only had 47 this month. About $300 each. Yeah, I Have You in My Sights. That's the #4. And then followed closely by the VeVe Gold logo. Spider-Man is on there. $3,000 floor. Chun-Li still in there. Michelangelo, Superman, and then the Alert special from Boba Fett. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for me today. I have to bounce. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Now, Benson. All right, I love you all. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I'll catch you all later. Bye, guys. Meow, meow, Randy.